Welcome, everyone. Stepping into an office for the very first time, or maybe returning to the professional world after a while. It's so great to have you here. Figuring out exactly what to wear to work can sometimes feel like, well, trying to crack some kind of secret code, right? But here is the really good news. Professional dress, it's honestly just a simple system of foundations and connectors, and absolutely anyone can master it. So let's dive right into this explainer and build your professional base together. We're going to start right from the waist down.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to quickly cover trousers, professional skirts, the anatomy of belts, a super important cardinal matching rule, and finally, how to wear braces.
Section 1. Trousers. Rise and fit. Let's build that foundation.
Now, before we even talk about where your trousers should sit on your body, let's clearly define a classic tailor's term you are definitely going to hear, the rise. Basically, the rise is just the physical distance from the crotch seam straight up to the top of the waistband. Since we are starting with our foundation, the bottom half of the outfit, getting this measurement right means literally everything above it is going to sit correctly. It sets you up for absolute success.
Notice the contrast we're looking at here. Honestly, the single biggest beginner mistake is treating dress trousers exactly like casual weekend jeans. They just don't work the same way. Dress trousers belong high up at your natural waist, right around your navel. Doing this allows the fabric to drape so cleanly, it actually makes your legs look longer, and bonus, it stops your shirt from constantly untucking. So yeah, definitely don't wear them low on the hips.
Moving to the front of the trousers, let's compare two really common styles you'll see on the clothing rack. On one side, we have the sleek, modern flat front. It's got zero folds, and it generally flatters a slimmer build. Then, on the other side, we have pleats. These are deliberate, tailored folds sewn right into the fabric to give you more room through the hip and thigh. And let me tell you, that makes them amazingly comfortable, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day.
I really want to emphasize an empowering point right here, because there's this weird myth going around that pleats are somehow out of style. Totally false. Choose your trousers based on your unique build and, most importantly, what makes you physically comfortable, not on passing fashion trends. If pleats give you the room you need to feel confident, wear them proudly.
Okay, moving down to the ankle, let's define another crucial term, the break. This simply refers to how much the fabric folds or dimples when the bottom hem actually meets your shoe. It might seem like a super tiny detail, but trust me, it makes a massive difference in looking completely put together.
So you're going to encounter 4 degrees of the break. A full break gives a really deep traditional fold. A half break is right in the middle, a moderate fold. Then you have the quarter break, which creates just a slight little dimple. And finally, no break, where the hem just barely kisses the top of the shoe for a really sleek look. If you're ever in doubt, that quarter break is a fantastic, incredibly safe sweet spot for literally any professional environment.
All right, Section 2, professional skirts and trousers, shared territory for women.
Let's explore the foundation options specifically for women, which include a wonderful, really empowering variety of skirts and tailored trousers. Here is a quick taxonomy of the 3 safest, most professional skirt styles you can absolutely rely on. The pencil skirt is the slim office standard. Just make sure it has a small back vent so you can actually walk comfortably. The A-line skirt flares out gently, kind of like the letter A, and is wonderfully forgiving. And then you have the pleated skirt, offering those classic, elegant folds.
When it comes to proportion and context for skirts in a workplace setting, there's a real golden rule to keep in your back pocket. Keeping the hemline at or just right below the knee guarantees you are going to be perfectly dressed for any conservative office or interview scenario. But here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Neither a skirt nor trousers is somehow more correct for women in the modern workplace. It is entirely up to your personal style and what makes you comfortable. Tailored trousers are a powerful, fully professional option that you should feel 100% confident reaching for.
Section 3, belts, anatomy, and buckles. Let's look at this essential connector.
With our foundation firmly in place, let's introduce our very first connector. The belt is basically the quiet hero of your outfit. It ties your top and bottom halves together and anchors your entire look. Now, looking at the anatomy, it is perfectly fine if you didn't know the proper name for this specific part, but tucking the loose tail of your belt through the keeper loop is absolutely essential. It stops the end from flopping around and instantly gives you a neat, highly intentional look.
Comparing belt styles is honestly like night and day. A proper dress belt is narrow, smooth, and has a shiny, polished buckle. That screams professional.
On the flip side, a wider, thicker, highly textured belt with a chunky, antiqued buckle, that is strictly for casual, weekend wear with your jeans. Keep your office belts narrow and smooth.
Let's pause and take in this clean lineup of 6 distinct buckle types you might run into out in the wild. We've got the classic single-prong frame, the wider double-prong, the large flat Western plate, the military-style box frame friction buckle, the casual D-ring, and the modern ratchet or click track. So for a professional interview, you want to stick right there at the top with that classic single-prong frame. It never fails.
Moving on to Section 4, the cardinal matching rule, tying the color story together.
When it comes to accessorizing your foundation, there is one absolutely unbreakable guideline you have to remember. Your belt must match your shoes. Yep, you heard that right. It doesn't match your trousers, it matches your shoes. A black belt pairs with black shoes, and a brown belt pairs perfectly with brown shoes. Honestly, this is the ultimate secret code to looking like you know exactly what you are doing.
And finally, Section 5, braces, the belt alternative, holding the line.
Let's look at the classic alternative to the belt. These are braces, which you probably know in the US as suspenders. They do the exact same job as a belt, but they hold your trousers up from the shoulders instead of squeezing your waist. Now, if you do decide to wear braces, traditional button-on styles are the proper professional way to go. They literally fasten small, hidden buttons inside your trouser waistband. Definitely avoid those clip-on styles. They're cartoony, they can honestly look a bit cheap, and those little metal teeth can actually damage your good work clothes. No thanks.
Okay, there is exactly one unbreakable rule when it comes to combining these connectors. Pick one. That means you should never, ever wear a belt and braces at the exact same time. I mean, they literally do the exact same job, so just let one of them do it.
And just like that, you've cracked the code. See? You now fluently speak the language of rises, breaks, skirts, belts, and braces. You've got every single tool you need to walk into any office feeling comfortable, appropriate, and most importantly, respected. The clothes, well, they're really just the foundation. Your confidence is what's truly going to shine through. So taking what you've learned in this explainer today, how are you going to build your professional base tomorrow? I can't wait for you to step into your next chapter. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.